Today, you're gonna learn the only 4 primal ab exercises you need to get a stronger sculpted core. And with each of these exercises, you're going to get beginner to advanced variations. So no matter your age or fitness level, you can get started using these today. Now, some of these you may have never seen or tried before, especially the more advanced levels. These are unique to our style of training and what we use to train people for things like parkour and Ninja Warrior. See, your core is more than just six-pack abs. It's the foundation of every movement you make, affecting everything from how you walk, breathe, your athletic performance. And this is what Primal Abs is all about, getting you moving better and feeling better. Now, most people will turn to exercises like sit-ups, but these leave out the other important muscles of the core, and it can also increase risk of injury to your back. Instead, these 4 exercises will strengthen your entire core while protecting your spine and build your body for our primal movements later on. This is one of the steps inside of our Primal Abs course where you're gonna combine this with cardio and fat loss eating strategies to rapidly burn fat while building a functional core. It only takes 9 minutes a day, and it's gotten some of our subscribers some really awesome results. So if at any point you want to join the Primal Abs course, click the link in the description at any time during this video. All right, let's jump to the exercises. All right, for each of these exercises, we're gonna start at the beginner level and then take you up to advanced, where you'll see where we have our primal style added into it, which will be a lot of fun. So make sure to stay to the end of each of these exercises. Now, for the first one, we're going to be doing what's called the hollow body. This is a move taken from gymnastics, but we're going to modify it a little bit. And for the beginner level, we're going to actually use what's called Stuart McGill's McGill curl. All right, so to do the McGill curl, we're gonna lay on our mat like this. We're going to extend our right leg, bend our left leg, and we're gonna take our hand and place it under the small curve of our back. So let me show you with this hand so it's easier to see. We're gonna place it under this natural curve here, and then just use this hand to support, because during all these exercises, we want to hold this natural neutral spine position. And we're gonna do that by holding a brace, but first we need to make sure we're in the correct position. So let me switch hands so we can go to the next step. Next, we're going to brace so that we can hold this neutral spine position. This is what's gonna keep us safe during all of our exercises. Not only is it gonna protect our spine, it's gonna keep us stronger in all of our movements. So to brace, think about if someone's going to punch you in the stomach. Take your fingers, place on the outside, and then contract, and you should feel that expansion and contraction of your entire core. So once you have that down, then we're going to go into the curl up. So you're gonna take your chin, tuck it in so your neck is in a good position, and you're gonna brace, contract, and lift the head slightly off the ground. And then hold this and relax. You also wanna make sure you can breathe in this position. A lot of times people will just hold their breath, and then that will cause a lot of problems later. So we want to make sure that you can breathe in this position. Work on breathing. Because if you can't do that, then you're going to have a lot of problems as we go to the next exercises and as you try to go past the beginner versions. Okay, that's beginner level, that's level 1. Level 2, we're taking these same principles, but we're going to remove the hand and we're going to pull the second leg back up. We're going into the tucked hollow position. So we're gonna lift the knees. We want to bring it to a 90-degree angle, so stack the knees above your hips. And now, instead of just lifting the head, we're going to also try to lift the shoulders slightly. So now we're gonna do that same bracing position. You can take your fingers and put them here to see and feel if you're bracing properly. So we're gonna do the same thing, brace, and lift the shoulders and head just slightly off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds, and then relax. Now, I'm gonna show you at the end how to put this all into a workout and the amount of times and how many reps you should be doing. So just wait till the end and I'll show you exactly how to put this into a workout. Now, for level 3, we're going to make this a little bit harder. And the way we're gonna do that, instead of tucked, now we're going to start to extend. So from this position, this tuck position, we're going to brace in the tuck position. Now take our hands and legs and extend as far as we can. And the goal is to extend all the way until you're just inches off the ground in both directions. Now, for the gymnast hollow body, they like to curve a lot more like this. But for us, I want to maintain that neutral spine position. So we're just going to lift a little bit off the ground. So like this. Shoulders just barely off the ground, feet hovering like this, and you'd hold this for 10 seconds. Now, to make this more primal, what we like to do is add some extra movement into this. Add where we need more stability. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna combine what's called a dead bug, where we're moving the opposite. So when you extend your left leg, the right hand goes up like this. We're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna do this inside that hollow position. So we're gonna be in the hollow position and we're going to kick up our right hand and kick up our left leg. Just slightly. We don't wanna go too far up because we make it a little bit too easy. We wanna hold this hollow position and do little kicks and arm movement like this. Not only is it forcing our core to stabilize even more, we're also building that reciprocating motion with the opposite arm and leg that we're gonna use later in a lot of our primal movements. Next, we're gonna go into the side plank, but at the end, you'll see how we'll make this a little more advanced, a little more fun. So for beginner level, we're gonna start very easy here. We're gonna lay on the side of our mat. We're gonna keep one leg bent. Now this bent leg, you want to straighten the hip flexor. So we don't want to have a bend here. Straighten the hip flexor, so this is a straight line here. And we're gonna take our other leg and you can straighten it. I like to keep it straight. If you feel that's too uncomfortable, you can also keep both bent. The big thing is we want this bottom leg to be nice and straight here and aligned with our shoulder. So, and then with the arm placement, we want the elbow to be directly under the shoulder, and then use our hand, placing it flat on the ground to brace ourselves and hold balance. And so from this position, again, like we talked about at the very beginning, we're going to lift up by bracing the core. Squeeze the glutes, contract the core, all those muscles, feel that expansion there, hold that brace, and hold this position like this, making sure the hip does not sag and our body doesn't turn over or turn up like this. So we want to maintain the straight line and our head facing the wall in front of us like this. And with the other hand, you can just hold it here or place it on your hip, just somewhere that's relaxing and comfortable for you. And then you'd hold this for 10 seconds. Again, you can also place this other leg in front, and I tend to like this one better for balance. And then relax. Now, level 2, we're going into the full thing. Now, there's 2 different positions you can do with your feet. You can stack like this and lift up, or you can place one in front and one behind. The big thing is you just want to make sure that you're not rotating over or rotating up. And when you place, if you're going to use 2 feet stacked like this, make sure the feet are close together and your center line is in between your feet. And you do the exact same thing. Brace here, hold this position, and you'd hold for 10 seconds. Now, to make this even harder for level 3, we're going to use one leg, and now this outside leg is going to extend up, and our hand is also going to reach up, forcing us to maintain more stability and more core strength to hold the position. All right, so we get up into the normal plank, and then we lift up the leg and hand and hold this position. And you'll feel everything has to stabilize more. It requires way more balance. Ninja level to the more advanced level, add a little bit primal movement into it. What we're going to do is start in a normal plank. So let me do it from this way so you can see a little bit better. So how we started with the side plank like this, right? We're going to take our other hand and place it underneath like this. And you'll see how we'll go into the side plank from here, but we're gonna stack our arms like this and go into a regular plank. And then from here, what we're going to do is rotate. So we're gonna place our foot down into that plank position, brace your core, make sure the hips and your upper body rotate at the same time. And we're going to lift up into this position, hold, then come back down and rotate like this. And this is a really fun one for me. I love this one. Up and then back. And now with that plank, you'd want to make sure to do the other side as well. So you do your sets and reps with your right side, then you do your sets and reps with the left side. All right, for this next exercise, we're going to take a glute bridge and then turn it into a full tabletop and make it a little more primal. You'll see in just a second. So we're going to lay on our mat like this, bend our knees, place our hands next to our hips like this. Just think about contracting the glutes, squeezing, and not raising up. Just squeezing those glutes. You should feel the hips just lift a little bit off the ground. You should feel a contraction in the hamstrings, and hold this for 10 seconds and then relax. That's level 1. Level 2, now we're going to squeeze and go up into that glute bridge position. But remember, use that level 1, squeeze, contract the glutes, feel that in the hamstrings, then use that squeeze to pull your hips up. Only go as far as you can. You don't want to go past here. You want to use your glutes to really squeeze and maintain a straight line at this position. And hold that for 10 seconds and relax. You should feel the difference. A lot of people just lift up without consciously trying to squeeze the glutes. All right, and then level 3, to make it more advanced, we're going to switch to one leg. So plant one leg down, extend the other, same thing, but now it's gonna be a little bit harder. Squeeze all the way up, hold 10 seconds, and then relax. And then you would alternate. So you would switch the leg and do this. So that's level 3. Now level 4, we're gonna turn this to a full tabletop position. This is one of our Primal moves we like to do. So we're gonna take our hands, you're gonna sit up like this, take your hands, place it a little bit behind your hips, and you can turn them out or turn them all the way facing the wall behind you. And we're gonna do the same concept, but now we're going to lift up, add in some extra shoulder control, add in some more core strength to stabilize us, and we're going to lift up like this. And again, what we can do is, to make this a little bit harder, and hopefully my mic doesn't get in the way here, put one leg up like this, and we're up like this, hold, and then back down. Switch, up, and back down. Again, that same principle at the very beginning with the level 1, we're now taking it into that more advanced move. And then to make that even harder, you could hold one arm, one leg, and try to go up into this position. And then back down. And that's how we would kind of add this into our other moves later. All right, so next exercise, we're going to take a bird dog and then turn it into a QM position, as you'll see. So for the bird dog, you've probably done this before, but the big things with this, we want to stack the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders, and for the feet, we want to flex the ankle and place the toes on the ground like so. From here, we're going to brace the core, so like we talked about before, and then we're going to extend the right leg and extend the left hand like this. Now, a big mistake people make here is they try to reach too tall and they end up curving or arching the back like this. We don't want to do that. Remember, we want to maintain that neutral spine position. So if you hold that brace and just focus on that, don't think about trying to lift up high. Just think about extending as far as you can naturally with your flexibility, and then hold that position. Now, if you can extend by contracting the glutes and the shoulder, then do that, but don't break that position. And then hold this for 10 seconds, back down, and then we switch, same thing. Extend, hold that position, and then we're back. Now, for level 2, we're going to lift up into a push-up plank. So we're now having to use more of our core to hold us in position, and we're just gonna lift one leg. So lift the right leg up by contracting the glute, and then back down and switch. So we're not elevating, we're not arching, just enough to lift it off the ground, and then back down. Level 3, we're gonna make this even harder by only using one arm and one leg. So same thing we did at the beginning with the bird dog, but now we're going to lift the right leg and the left hand. And one thing that helps with this is think about shifting your weight over the hand you have planted. So if you're going to the right hand, you're going to shift your weight slightly over that hand so it can support you. If you need to, start with the fingertips and then lift up and then back down, switch and back down. And now this is gonna go directly into a lot of our quadrupedal movement stuff we're gonna be doing in our primal movements later. Now, to make this even harder, we're gonna add more movement into this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a push-up to start. So push-up, then we're gonna go up into
this position, hold, back down, up, and then hold. That extra movement requires a lot more stability and strength of the core to hold that position. And to make this even harder for you fire breathers out there, you could do the whole thing with the one arm. So you went into position like this, extend, back down, and then up, and hold that position. So just something else for you more advanced people to have fun with. All right, so here's how you're gonna put this all together in a workout. Now, first, I saw some of you asking for follow alongs in previous videos. So if you want me to do a follow along for this workout, then please comment that down below. And if we get enough people that want it, then I'll go ahead and shoot a follow along for this workout and I'll post it on here for you. Now, each of these exercises, you're gonna perform 4 reps of 10-second holds. And you can rest in between each of these. And then once you've gone through each of these exercises, that's 1 round. And I recommend doing 1 to 3 rounds. Now, if you like these exercises and you also need to burn some extra fat, then check out our Primal Abs course in the description. We boil everything down to simple 9-minute sessions, and we use practical diet strategies that has gotten our subscribers some pretty awesome body transformations in as little as 30 days. So if you're ready to reclaim your health and fitness, join us inside that course and we'll help you unlock that primal body. Again, you can do that inside the description. So thanks for watching, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.